Remember the video Coronation property? If you don't, you should just go check it out. It includes a lot of this channel's favourite characters, and by many I mean one. But there might be another one that will become a favourite character soon. I mean, come on. Sydney Rapper, they're always going to be, look, interesting isn't the right word, but something along the lines of that. So, recently, there's been budget estimates, which has just been glorious in general because the Liberals have just been getting ripped to shreds every single day by all walks of the parliamentary life as well. Look at Mark Latham go. Jesus, it reminds me of 2004 days, eh? Getting a little bit more aggro than his old ease the squeeze moment. So what was happening recently is that Adam Searle, do you remember that guy? Absolute king of the Labor Party. I mean, why hasn't that man got a shadow ministry yet? Guys, what are you doing? That is just talent sitting on the benches. We should be out there hitting the home runs on 7 News with the little 5 seconds that they allot you every couple of days. He should be out there telling people that there are other ways to build the light rail. Instead, he's out there asking questions to do with a particular picture that we had in that video. We're just going to put that up now because, as you can see, there's a lot of interesting characters in that picture. And if you don't know who they are, watch the video to find out, all right? And then watch Adam Searle absolutely wreck these actually good cops. They are, it is a different system now. These guys are actually doing their fair share, and you can see that they are by their reaction to this photo. Check it out.
Commissioner, are you particularly concerned about organised crime activities in the construction industry? Is that something that the police have got a particular focus on?
I mean, I've said, organised crime is really about where they can make their money. Mostly it's about drugs and other commodities that have high yield. That doesn't mean that it's not in construction, but certainly, there's building commissioners and other things that sort of take care of that business. And perhaps Mr. Hudson could, add some further information about our focus around that. But certainly it's not limited to one commodity, but we consider, whatever enterprise they're into that is a source of income that's illegal.
Okay, but is there any particular focus that the police have on the construction industry and activities that might be taking place there? Mr. Hudson?
So we used to have secondees to the Building Industry Task Force. I think, I'll have to confirm, but I think that that arrangement's finalised now. But certainly, there was evidence that organised crime had infiltrated certain parts of that industry.
Yeah. Mr. Bodor, what about the Crime Commission? One of your important jobs is to detect and disrupt and tackle serious and organised crime. Is there any particular focus that your organisation is having on the building and construction industry?
No particular focus on the industry, but we've identified players in the industry and we certainly focus on them. Thematic investigations are very difficult for an organisation our size when we're looking at the construction industry where there might be thousands and thousands of firms and players, but nonetheless, where we find anything going on, we certainly work in conjunction with our police partners and try and advance those investigations.
Okay, I've got a photograph here, Mr. Chair, which I'd like to provide to Mr. Bodor, to Mr. Hudson and to the Police Commissioner.
Just while I was getting so clear, can I just ask Mr. Hudson maybe a dumb question, but the Building Industry Task Force, where does that reside? Is that within the Better Regulation Department?
I'd have to get back to you on that, ma'am. I apologise.
That's right, but it's not within police, it's within the Department of Customer Service or something like that.
It was external.
Yeah, okay.
So that photograph which I've provided you, I think, comes from a story about a rapper, Mr. Eunice, which would appear in Rolling Stone magazine. And it shows Mr. Andy Nahas, who was, I think, the Secretary of Coronation Properties, there with a number of other people. The things I'm about to put to you, I think, are all on the public record. They were all in an article in the Herald on August 20, so none of this should come as a surprise to anyone. one of the people in the photograph is a Mr. Joe Vokai, who's since been charged with conspiracy to commit murder, knowingly directing the activities of a criminal group and contributing to criminal activity and dealing with proceeds of crime. There's a photograph, also in the photograph is Mr. John Basari, since charged with drug supply, dealing with proceeds of crime and participating in a criminal group and contributing to criminal activity. There's Mr. Masood Zakaria, who I think fled the country and was, at least at the time of the article, facing arrest on commercial drug supply, dealing with the proceeds of crime and participating in a criminal group. And I think the rapper, Mr. Yunus, was on bail for charges of affray and other matters. And Mr. Yunus and Mr. Zakaria, I think, have orders banning them from associating with other alleged criminal figures. And of course, in that photograph was the person who was then the principal of Coronation Properties, Mr. Andy Nahas, suggesting an association between, his firm and those individuals. And of course, it's a matter of record that Mr. Nahas engaged the former Deputy Premier John Barilaro in his senior role in that organisation. Is there any suggestion as a result of these events that maybe those elements might be trying to sort of reach out to the world of politics to sort of extend their influence? Is that something that's of concern to the police or to the Crime Commission?
So certainly we'll have a look at it from now on. That's, I've just become aware of that. I know many people in that photograph.
Yes.
I know who they're aligned to, but I haven't. We haven't detected any attempted infiltration into politics, as you suggest. But
Sure.
we'll have a look at it.
Well, for example, Mr. Nahas is still the director of MN Builders, and I think that's the company that was the subject of the stop work orders. And I think it's a matter of record that Mr. Barilaro, when he was engaged by that firm, obviously lobbied the building commissioner and possibly the former minister, Ms. Petanos, about that stop work order. These are only... Mr. Barilaro has soon departed from that organisation, but the photograph obviously suggests a close association between Coronation and those other firms. And I think Mr. Zakaria he's got an involvement in a company called Zac Services, which is a shareholder in Alpha Omega Enterprises, a labour hire firm, which has worked for Coronation. So there are a number of links here, and I just wanted to see if this was on your radar or if it is now.
So the persons known to me, I think, are all in custody or on bail at the moment. They're all aligned to the Alameddine family. So we'll certainly take it away and have a look at it.
Are you concerned about any connection between Coronation and these people?
I am concerned about any people or any organisation that particular group is associated with.
Okay. And Mr. Bodor, what about the Crime Commission? Is there anything there that's on your radar?
Well, I don't want to talk about operational matters, but
No, of course
the
not.
names are all familiar to me. Indeed, there's even a former client of mine featured.
I won't ask who, but
But yes, they're all familiar to me. I know of no links or attempted links towards politics or
well,
politicians.
obviously they engage Mr. Barilaro to open doors for them and to do lobbying, and it's obviously that would be a matter of concern if that is occurring. Would you agree?
Yeah, it would certainly be a matter of great concern. And I heard that he had some temporary and brief engagement with a building group, but I didn't know that any of these people were in that.
And now that I've raised it, is this something that you'll keep on your radar and watch closely?
Definitely.
Mr. Hudson and Commissioner?
I'll definitely have a look at it. So I'll give that undertaking, and I'll be leaving here today and making those phone calls.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? See you next time.
Please share and comment below. Comment.